Good morning. It is Wednesday. I'm going to look at a couple of different things, and then I'm going to get to the main issue of this video. I hope more Americans will stand with Senator Omar. As you know, she's really taken a pounding because she acknowledged the fact that a foreign government has more power in our government than we have. Okay, that's that. The situation in Venezuela is one, it was never our business. That was Maduro's business. It wasn't until, we talked about this before, Russian companies got the gold exploration contracts, did they even give a rat's ass about what was going on there. Now, I'm going to do a more in-depth look at what Hugo Chavez did to and for Venezuela at some point. From what I understand, he helped many people get out of these little ramshacks that barely qualify as a house. And he helped them get into apartments. Now, beyond that, I'm going to have to really do some looking. Now, our national emergency in this country, our national crisis, the real national crisis, the one nobody wants to talk about, and I certainly do not want the United Nations investigating, is the level of poverty, which we have been driven to. We have kids. Now, I've told y'all this before. Right here in Monroe County, in this district of Michigan, all the kids eat free. They get a basic free lunch. Now, anything beyond that, well, they have to pay for. You know, the ones that can't pay for stuff do. But they are offered a hot lunch at no cost. Just your basics. They can get milk and juice at no cost. But like bottled water, they have to pay for. That's just insane to think about. Anyway. But these kind of things are going on all across the country. Everybody wants to yell and scream about immigrants coming across the border. They don't want to talk about the level of poverty in this country. That, to me, should be the real national crisis. And Trump's new budget is going to just gut a lot of the social service programs. We're going to see a lot of these charities that help feed communities be just chopped all up. And we're going to see bigger companies like McDonald's and Burger King, we're not serious because they're folding. And I just found out that a Dollar General and Family Dollar is going to be closing stores in some locations. These stores are essential for some people. The ones that can't go to Walmart every day. And they cannot afford to go into Kroger. They can go to the Dollar General, just down from us. And they can get what they need there. I'm not exactly sure why this is happening. I'm gonna look more into it. Okay, I am trying to stay calm and not go off. But this pisses me off to know that there are kids in this country who face homelessness every month that their parents can't pay rent and feed them and keep electric going. There are kids in this community that will face homelessness 4 times in a school year. You figure it's every 9 weeks. They will face homelessness. But nobody wants to talk about that. They don't want to talk about the 7 million a day that's going to Israel that can be better used right here. No, they don't want to talk about that. They sure the hell don't want the United Nations looking at it, putting it under the microscope. Last year there was an investigation done. I've shared a link to the gentleman that did it. And Nikki Haley called it politically motivated. Okay, so when the talk happened in Switzerland, yeah, they talked about Trump's effect. And when the gentleman that did the investigation tried to say that it goes back further in Trump, the moderator made it clear, we're going to focus on it right now. So yeah, that was politically motivated, that aspect. But this goes back further in Trump. It goes all the way back to when the minimum wage was cut from 10 and a dime to barely 5 and a dime. It goes back to Gloria Steinem and her revolution. It goes back to the government decided they didn't want to pay people $10 and a dime an hour for a day, each hour for work. But yet they want us to live on peanuts and spend them on garbage that we don't even freaking need. You can't have it both ways. You cannot have people barely getting by. Kids not knowing from month to month where the hell they're going to live. And expect us to go and buy junk we don't need. When we need the essentials. And we barely afford the essentials. I'm going to stop here and we're going to pick this topic up again of poverty being the real national crisis in this country. It's the dirty little secret that nobody wants to talk about. No one wants to talk about the fact that Los Angeles, California just had to literally clean their city hall. They had to put new carpets, everything, because there was a typhus outbreak. Because people are living in the streets because they have been priced out of the rental market. The hell with buying. They can't afford to rent. But nobody wants to talk about that. You want to talk about the aliens, the illegal aliens coming across the border. They want to talk about how awful socialism is. Because it's equality. You don't have one group left behind another group. That's awful. That's just a effing tragedy. Sunday, I'm going to get more in detail about who I will be supporting in 2020 and why. I will see you tomorrow.